My name is Danny Anderson. I teach a class on horror films here, and the reason I got interested in this subject from the beginning goes all the way back to my childhood. You have those book fairs, those scholastic book fairs that we've all been to. Well, when I was in grade school, I found this book, Movie Monsters by Thomas Aylesworth, and I must have read this book 10,000 times when I was a kid, and I utterly loved it. And so I never lost this love of sort of creepy horror films, as you can see by the stuff around me in my office here. My initial fan attraction to it was augmented by this kind of scholarly approach to it as well. And so as an academic myself, I've done some work in horror films. I've presented on, particularly the Werewolf has been the monster that I've been most drawn to. I always loved the Wolfman. My favorite movie happens to be An American Werewolf in London, and I've written an article about that in which I make the case that that is basically a Jewish assimilation nightmare. And I've sort of made the case that there's a real cultural anxiety about being a Jew in a Gentile world that really makes that movie interesting beyond its entertainment value. We watched, of course, Halloween, which is kind of the prototypical slasher film, which one thing that I think was surprising to students about that film was that it actually, even though it's a horror film and something that your parents don't want you to go see, it actually kind of puts forth a lot of very conservative social values. When you start looking at a horror film like that, you realize there's so much more to it than just the thrill of being scared about something. These are the kind of questions that I bring to almost anything I watch film-wise, and I think horror films as a genre are a really great way to explore some of these deeper questions about what it is to be human. And so even if you're a monster,